Hi everybody, happy Manifesting May. My name is Dr. Leah Taylor and I have my friendly sloth friend here with me that always makes me smile and happy. I hope that it does for you as well. This month I am here to talk to you about how to be a super manifester utilizing the laws of the universe. And just a little disclaimer, I am not a physicist, so I am not totally educated in the laws of the universe. However, I am a super manifester. That I can absolutely tell you. And so I feel like I can definitely give you a lot of really good information on this. I've been a manifester ever since I was little. It was not something that was taught to me. It was just something that kind of came naturally to me. In my life, I have manifested my dog. I have manifested where I live. I have manifested a house, a cross-country trip, a car, a job, what else? Many, many little things, but those are like the big things. And it used to be a little bit easier because, as I'm going to tell you, there are things that happen to us along our life that actually kind of take us away from the belief that we can have whatever we want if we imagine it. So I'm here to tell you to let go of those beliefs and just hop back on the manifesting train if you happen to get off, because this is something that we can all do. We just need to focus our energy and attention in a intentionful way. I also want to say that Tara Lee's video talking about her gymnastics work and how she manifested that is a great resource as well. So if you haven't checked that out live on the Facebook page, then go ahead and do that. She knows what she's doing. She's a super manifester as well too. So check it out. But let's see, what do I want to say? I want to let you know that science has not been able to prove how we are able to manifest things. So I'm not able to give you a scientific explanation for any of this. But what I can say is that, physics has proven that the universe is made up of energy, and we are part of that universe. So therefore, we are energetic beings. And many people believe that our thoughts and our beliefs will attract energy to us. So we also know, and it has been proven, that some energy attracts and some energy repels. So it is believed that through our thoughts and our beliefs, we can attract certain energy. We can also repel certain energy, which is why it is so important what you are thinking and what you actually believe. And that is the bottom line for manifesting. When you want to manifest something, you need to absolutely believe it to be true. Everything that I have ever manifested in my life, has begun with a belief that it will be true. I have not worried about how it's going to be true. Most of the time, I don't worry about when it's going to be true. I think the only example where that actually happened was with a cross-country trip that I was taking that I actually set a date on. I didn't know who was going to go with me. I didn't know how I was going to get around the country. All I knew was that on this date, I was leaving on a cross-country trip and I was going by myself on my magic carpet if I had to. And of course, as that date began to get closer and I was taking all of the steps to get me there, such as saving up money and planning my route and all of the things that you do before you take a cross-country trip, all of a sudden, a good friend of mine who was also very responsible and could save as well said, "Hey, that sounds like fun. I'd like to go with you." And then a couple of weeks prior to us leaving, because we still did not have a vehicle to get around in, her dad offered to let us use his SUV, which was amazing because we could take our camping equipment and it was a great ride to have all the way across the country. So that is the only one that I can remember that I actually set a deadline for. It's actually really important not to get stuck on having it happen at a certain time, because manifesting does not happen overnight. The universe will provide, but it does not provide like that. So once you start thinking about something, it's not going to show up instantaneously. It takes a little while for it to come into form and to be attracted to you. Sometimes that may be a couple of days, sometimes it's a couple of weeks, sometimes it's actually a couple of years. And it's so important that you just continue the belief that it will happen and continue taking the steps towards whatever that is with the belief that it is going to happen, not doubting how it's going to happen, not doubting yourself, and just continuing on the path as if it is going to happen. A couple of other things that are really important in this. One is to visualize it. So I may not be a physicist, but I do have a PhD in mind-body medicine. I know a little something about the mind-body connection. When we visualize things, so the mind and the body communicate through images. When we visualize things and when we feel as if we actually have things, that is powerful stuff. That is the mind-body connection working right there. It's coming from our mind, it's coming from our bodies. There's a constant loop that's working between the two, and it's sending energy out. Now, I mentioned beliefs are important as well. It is really important for you to believe it yourself. But do you know how we are able to increase the field of our beliefs? We tell other people. We want to get other people on this train with us. So if I'm going on a cross-country trip, I'm going to tell everybody else, which is what I did. That's how I got my friend on it as well. That's how I was able to get the car that we were able to drive around. We talked to people about it. It was happening. We didn't know how. We didn't know the details. All we knew that it was happening, and we talked about it. So if you want something, talk about it. When I moved to California, I told everybody I was going to work as a travel agent. I had no idea what it was going to take to work as a travel agent. All I knew was that I wanted to move out to California and I wanted to get paid to travel. So a travel agent sounded like a really good job for me to be able to do that. Well, once I landed here and I started looking for travel agent jobs, I realized that actually you need to be trained as a travel agent because the systems that they use take training. Well, I did not let that stop me. I did not want to go to school to be a travel agent because I knew that I wanted to go on to get my master's, and I wasn't going to make travel agency a career. I just wanted it as a job to get in some good travel while I was in my 20s. So I kept with that goal. It did not happen overnight. It took me over a year to land a job as a travel agent. I had to go back to waiting tables, which I said that I wasn't going to do, but I needed some quick cash and I didn't want to be in sales like I was doing before that. So you do what you have to do. You keep with the goal. I kept looking. Finally, one day on Craigslist, I found a job at a student travel agency that did not require any education in travel agency, no experience in that. It just required customer service experience, which I had, and a love for travel, which I had. I applied for the job. I sent a very nice thank you letter. I was one of 2 travel agents that got hired out of a whole huge pool of travel agents. I worked there for about 6 years and I got paid to travel all over the world. It happens. It happens. It is possible. You just need to stick with that belief. Tell people about your belief. I did not hold it inside because I feel like when we hold things inside, it's either we are not ready for it or we don't believe it ourselves. So either it feels too big for us that we're not actually able to step into it, or we don't believe it ourselves. Well, we're not going to be able to. So if you think of that energetically, that energy is too small to be able to attract something so large. If you think in contrast about energy where it's like, yeah, I'm going to move to California and I'm going to be a travel agent. I can't wait to have somebody to pay me to travel. These are all of the places that I'm going to go to. Like, that is a totally different energy than if I were to be like, yeah, I'm going to move to California, but I don't really know what I'm going to do. I know I don't want to wait tables anymore. And that's really all the experience I have, except for a bachelor's degree in psychology. And I don't really want to work in an agency or somewhere like that. So I don't really know, I guess it would kind of be nice to work as a travel agent, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't be able to do that. Like, that's totally different. And so often we do that because we doubt ourselves. I'm letting you know right now, do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt yourself. You are a magical, powerful, amazing human being, ball of energy. So set your sights on the energy that you want to attract to you. Believe it, imagine it, feel it, and talk to other people about it. Don't worry about the details, just see it happening. And please let me know what you are able to manifest and what you want to manifest, right? So Tara Lee has asked us so many times in this group, what do you want to manifest? This is your opportunity to talk to people about it. Tell us what you want and then let us know when it happens, because I know that it will. So you guys have a great rest of your May, which is coming to a close like right now, and I will see you in June. Bye.